Yes guys, here now we're going to apply the multi-time frame analysis. So we're going to start from a higher time frame, analyzing to go to the lowest time frame that we're going to be using. So here we're then going to be able to identify structures and then identify structures in structures. So guys, be very attentive because this is very important. So from there then, this is how we're going to make it. So on a daily time frame, what determine what is the overall market direction for that particular day. And we can see that the overall market direction of the day is an uptrend. And then from there, obviously we should have the support and the resistance on the top. Okay, as you would see, it's very clear. So guys, and also what we are then going to identify, guys, is what we are referring to as the daily high and the daily low. As you see here, this is the highest that we have. Is identify these structures. So be patient. So this is where we are. So what are we able to identify? We have got the static structure, the static support and static resistance, and then we've got the dynamic support and resistance. And as you would see here, guys, what are we able to identify at this level? We're able to identify that there is what we are referring to as a W pattern, and also here is where we are referring to as an area of confluence. Why do we say it's an area of confluence? It's an area of confluence because this is an area whereby the dynamic and the static structures are able to interact. So on the bigger picture, what are we also able to see? We're also able to see that there is a pattern here, but what we'll do is to move to a lower time frame to be able to identify these structures. Let me just remove this drawing. Okay, let me remove this, guys. Okay, right. Okay, let's take it down. So now we've narrowed this chart into this level. What are we able to see here? We're also able to see that there is what we refer to here as an uptrend. This is where now we're able to identify trends inside trends. So we've got a trend here, which is doing what? Which is a build-up of this W pattern that is started here. Right? So, and as you would see here, there is also a structure to identify a confluence. Right. Now, when we're at this level, we will also be able to see that there is a trend here inside this trend. There is a trend here. Right. It's important, guys, to be able to see this type of structure. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for it to break out of this structure, come back and retest, and then we're able to make an entry somewhere at this level to reach this target. So we'll put it at this level. So this is what we're waiting to see. But let us take it to the third level to be able to see this potential entries that we're talking about. Remember, the first structure when we were doing that to find the outer structures is where we were then looking for the structural time frame. Now the second one was to be able to find the behavioral time frame. So in the structural time frame, we are looking for what? We are looking to identify trends and levels, right? To be able to identify levels as well and create higher highs and lower lows. Now from there, then we are looking for what? We are looking for the behavioral time frame. In the behavioral time frame, we are then looking for engulfing candles. We are looking for breakouts and retests. We are then looking for double tops. We are then looking for the structures as well that we have been identifying. So what are we able to see now in the third level, whereby now we are then looking for the entry time frame. The entry time frame, we are then going to monitor the patterns. What are the patterns telling us? In the patterns, we are then going to come and say, okay, look, here we are able to identify this structure. We're able to identify this structure. So we're then able to see that there was an impulse here, there was a long correction, and then there's an impulse. We're expecting what? A correction to somewhere here, and then from there, then we're able to make an entry at this level. We're then going to be able to make that entry to this level. And then we put this under the structure. So what structure are we referring to? We're talking about this structure that has just been broken. So we'll put it somewhere here. So it has broken it there. And then what we're waiting for, what we're then waiting for is for it to then come back to here, broken it there. And then what we're waiting for, what we're then waiting for is for it to then come back to here to retest before it shoots to the upside. So guys, that is all there is to this multi-time frame analysis. There is really nothing complicated here. Yes, so yeah, hopefully guys you have learned a bit of what multi-time frame analysis is here and how are we able to approach it. So guys, yeah, learn from this, and if you liked what you saw, just hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, make a comment in the box so that we can then know what you think of what we've been able to present here, and then we can then be able to make improvements based on the analysis. So guys, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you are here next week when we make another analysis approach in the new week. So yeah,